Good morning, my fellow YouTubers. This is a continuation to my series here of highlighting different vintage audio pieces that I have acquired in my collection over the years. And our guest today is a more modern piece. Not modern, it's still vintage, but it's more modern. It is from the Sony Corporation. And it is a receiver slash surround sound unit. So now this unit came out of 1993, I believe. And it is the Sony STR-GX909ES. And this model here is a beautiful, beautiful unit. It's in excellent conditions, like mint condition almost. And I have the remote control that goes with it, and it's got a motorized volume knob and everything. Now, this is when they started introducing DSPs and digital sound processings and digital signal processings and stuff like that. This is when they started developing surround sound, Dolby surround sound, so that you could introduce this into your house and have simulated surround sound in your movie. So it's more like a video movie audio AM FM type all-in-one receiver. It's about 85-90 watts per channel on the front three channels. So you get the left side, the right side, and the center runs at about 85-90 watts per channel. And then the two rears, or the surround speakers in the back, produce about 20-25 watts. Okay, so it gives you a simulated surround sound, Dolby surround sound, without the subwoofer. So now the subwoofer was introduced, I think, a couple of years later, maybe the year after, or in 95, I'm not sure. But before then, this is the pre-subwoofer era. This is just before the subwoofer era, where you had fronts, center, and rears. Okay? So now this thing, as you can see, this thing, it doesn't have your traditional knobs. The only thing it has traditional is the volume knob is traditional. And then your selector switch for your speakers is traditional. And then it has a small balance knob to adjust the balance. But this has, mainly this is a receiver that now has introduced digital components to it, okay? And it gives you, it has built-in simulated presets. For instance, you could do a hall sound, you can do a jazz sound, you can do a rock sound, you can do a dance sound, you can do a church sound, you know, those types of things. And it has a phono input with a phono stage. It has AM, FM. You can hook up a CD, video, tape player, DAT player. It's got. You can hook up anything to it. It's amazing. And obviously video inputs and all of that, right? So now this thing here is an amazing unit. Like, I mean, as you can see the graph going up there, the LCD graph going up there. This has also a built-in equalizer, so it doesn't have your traditional bass and treble. It has some sort of, it has an equalizer that you can add. You can tweak the treble, the mid, and the bass to your liking, or you can press it and go totally flat, zero, like flat, right? Not only that, you can actually add a little bit of a reverb effect or an echo effect to it, so that it gives you, you know, a more of a hall feeling, and you can tune it right to 0. You can go 1, 2, up to 10. You know, it's fantastic. So now this thing here, this is just another example of, you know, I've had the Harman Kardon up here on the bench, and I've had, in the living room, and I've had Yamaha, and I've had Techniques, and I've had JVC, and I've had others here in the studio. But it just goes to show, when you get over the mid-level range into the higher end range, this is what they call the Sony ES level, which ES standard for an elevated standard. So now elevated standard, because they had several product lines, this is a higher end line. And I think there's also models, Sony made some models out of Japan that probably didn't even make it to North America. You know, they're really even higher end, which was even more expensive and even more audiophile quality. But anyway, it just goes to show that when you get up into the upper levels, they all sound pretty good. They all sound pretty much the same. There's nuances. There's nuances that that you start to realize that, you know, it's only a little bit different here, a little bit different there, a little bit different here, but subtly. When you start getting into this upper echelon of audio gear, they all sound really good. You know, then it's about personal taste. Do you like the black face? Do you like the silver face? Do you like the sides? Do you like... Are you in a camp? Are you in the Pioneer camp? Are you in the Akai camp? Are you in the Sony camp? Are you in the Sansui camp? You know, that's what it then boils down to. Which one do you really like, you know? And then the features and the functions. Some people don't like digital. Some people like all analog, so they don't even want to deal with digital. I kind of like digital. I don't mind having both. I have tubes, regular, and I have digital. So I have a little bit of everything, right, in my collection. So that's what I have to say about that, right? And now this thing above it, which you might notice, is a Monster heavy-duty power cable. Now, like your regular traditional power bar that you could get, you know, the strip bar where you can get like 6 plugs or 4 plugs, this is an actual unit that has transformers in it and all kinds of stuff. This is actually a power conditioner, a voltage regulator to make sure that the voltage is right on a steady voltage all the time, doesn't fluctuate. Not only that, it's a heavy-duty surge protector. And if you have expensive gear that's irreplaceable, you need something like this. So I snagged this. This is more like a couple of $100. This isn't like just $30, $40. This is a couple of $100, right? And this model here is the HTS 3600 MK. I bought it out of curiosity because they say that if there's... What I realized is that electricity coming in from outside is susceptible to a lot of interference, and there's a lot of noise that is traveled over the current lines, the electrical lines, and that then transmits into your unit. And even though these units are built with filters, and before it actually pumps out the sound, it goes through a series of filters to eliminate all of that. But this actually takes it a step further and cleans it, I believe, even more before it even goes into your receiver. So it's just that filter that goes into just before you go into your receiver. So I was curious, and you know what? I do notice a slight difference. Not huge, but a slight difference. It is a little more clear, I've got to admit it. And the separation is a little bit better. Again, it's subtle. Don't expect like night and day, like gonna move mountains. No, it's subtle. So I was curious, you know, and I bought this, and I'm happy with it. So now, just to let you hear, I'm going to demo a little bit about this. I'm going to demo this Sony a little bit so you can see what it sounds like a bit, right? So here's the Sony, right? Now I'm gonna wait till the song starts, and you can see the equalizer. It's almost like not the equalizer, but it's the meter going up there. It's a digital meter, like a LCD meter that goes up with the sound. So here, let me stop talking and give you a sample. Here you go. Look how great this sounds. It's open about a quarter way. Now listen to that. Doesn't that sound great? It sounds amazing. Doesn't that sound great? Sounds great. Look at that. Wow. Look at that. It's a great unit. I love it. It comes with a remote and everything, you know. Really beautiful. Okay, guys. That is the Sony GX909ES. It's a stereo receiver, twin drive. It's a twin drive. Now, I don't know what that means, spontaneous twin drive. Maybe it has separate, maybe it's got two monos. I'm not sure, but it says it's a twin drive. And it has a built-in digital signal processor, and it can run fronts, center, and rears, so it can give you that simulated Dolby surround sound from the early 90s. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what I'm putting out here, subscribe. It helps me. It helps me understand that, you know what, I'm not just talking to static air. You know, that there's people that are actually appreciating this, and that they want to see more content, because I have a ton of stuff, and I'm going to acquire a ton of stuff in my hobby here. So if you're interested in this kind of stuff, and you want to subscribe, like and subscribe, and help me grow this channel, buddy. I really appreciate it. Okay, guys, all the best. If I don't see you before Christmas, Merry Christmas to you. Cheers.